I agree with everything you said, and I would say technical acumen is a bonus.
Yeah,
I would hire him without that. Providing that I would add one piece into what you said, he has to be a great manager.
Or she.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. The ability to attract, retain talent and all that stuff is absolutely critical for the ability of that partner to grow. We get a lot of partners who get to this point where the cost on payroll, because the skill of the people have gone up, they get a little resistant to it, so the person moves on and they go hire somebody else low skill. Long-term retention of talent is what drives a practice-based business, and the people who focus on that and have that management skill win every time.
So it's funny, when I first met you, you came into one of the ChannelLine Advisory Council meetings, and I think it was actually your wife who brought you in.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how to build a trusted business advisor and all that. So at some point we're going to have to talk about that because it's there now. Now we just have to implement it.
Yep.
And the need for it, it's funny, people say to me, well, you started building this program in 1996, that's when you first started talking about it.
Right.
And now it's 2010 and you're just launching it. Isn't it kind of stale? And the answer, what would you say?
No, I mean, okay, at what point in now the present future history is it ever going to be true that I don't want to have somebody I trust helping me figure out complex subjects like IT?
If you go one step further, the need for that trusted business advisor role is more important now than ever before, I think.
It's directly related to the rate of innovation, and cloud is a huge innovation. So as the number of innovations within a calendar year go up, the need for somebody to navigate it becomes more and more critical to small business in order to get the productivity gains.
So you talked at the very beginning when you started talking about, the cloud and so on. You said except ISVs, or not including ISVs.
Yeah, because they actually write for the cloud. So as opposed to consuming the cloud or integrating the cloud, the way partners do, they are IP on the cloud for us.
So how important are ISVs going to be in this new world of SMBs running, being so important and wanting business solutions? Are the ISVs finished?
Oh God, no. They are the source of all value. I mean, let's be really clear that when I look at the ISVs that we manage and we talk about Azure and we talk about the cloud platform, there's a couple of compelling value props that they're all zeroing in on. You've got your SMB ISVs, your large accounting vendors and stuff like that, who see the cloud as a way of creating a turnkey integrated experience for a unit of one. Right? So I'm a small entrepreneur. How do I set up accounting? How do I set up the process that when I go to unit of two, I have the ability to have productivity, accounting, all the features that a larger business would have. At the upper end of the market, enterprise and mid-market ISVs, the challenge they run into is how do I get through a proof of concept stage? If I'm a significantly large ERP or petrochemical manufacturing or those things, I got to talk the customer into shelling out $30,000 to $40,000 worth of server hardware, people, time, and all that stuff just to do a proof of concept, or I have to eat that cost as the ISV. With a cloud-based deployment model, they can go and say, I'll deploy to 10 employees, and it just turns on because I can provision out and deliver it, and I don't have to put all the servers on-prem against them. So I may demo on cloud and sell on cloud or sell on-prem, but my sales cycle gets a lot quicker because I'm able just to spin up an instance and get them on it.
So how I see it is, as we go more and more forward in this, one of the major pieces of the value that a VAR or a trusted business advisor, or whatever you want to call them, will bring to the table is going to be their understanding of their customers' particular needs. So understanding their industry, where they are, who they are, and what apps are the best ones for them to have.
Right, so this is the trade-off between ISV and the SI VAR model, right? The SI VAR model is all about exactly what you need. I will pull the components together and integrate it. What makes an ISV work is, here's what 80% of the market needs, and I can instantiate it so that there's the capability of tailoring to some level, but it's really repeatable IP. That's why in the partner sales function I run, we are always trying to connect ISVs to SI partners and SIs to ISVs, because that's the circle of value that comes out of it that's really important for our engine.
And I think that's just going to continue. I think that's going to be the biggest growth area in the whole industry. It has to be.
The surprising thing for me is the number of SIs that have partially completed IP because of doing the same types of projects over and over again, and they've written code, they've written helper apps and all this other sort of stuff that are now trying to figure out how do I package this and license it as IP, because I can put it in the cloud and deliver it a lot easier than trying to sell bits. I think you're going to see an explosion in the number of ISVs, both born on the web, brand new companies, as well as the SIs starting to become more like ISVs as they evolve.